After realizing that his dream to become a mage like Lord Phelan is now unreachable, he starts crying, saying what kind of mage like Lord Phelan could he possibly be with just one string. He then starts apologizing to Lord Phelan, saying that although he was chosen, he's just nothing. Suddenly an umbrella covers him from the rain. We see that it's a deer. He say that it's a sudden downpour. What a mess. He then turns to Eugene and say it's good that they met like this, asking if he's coming back from magic class, and was today's lesson fun. But then he sees Eugene teary. Eugene then hugs him while crying. We then see them inside. Eugene has been given a cup of warm tea to warm him up. Edir tells him that it's not nothing at all. He can't hide anything on that face of his. As Edir say this, he looks away. Edir continues saying he doesn't have to act all grown up. In front of him, he should feel free to talk about his worries. Eugene then starts crying once again, asking what he's to do. He can't become a mage. Edir looks at him while thinking, before answering him that he's not quite sure why he's saying that. But isn't that too soon to judge? Which confuses Eugene. He continues saying that Eugene still has a whole month left. Eugene frustratedly shouts that it's just a mere month. Just 1 month is not enough to become a mage with just one string. Edir tells him that it would require a miracle, of course. But didn't he already experience one miracle? He himself may not know much about magic, or understand how difficult it is. But as a doctor, he knows very well how miraculous it was for him, Eugene, to stand again. Half the reason he became a doctor was to see Eugene healthy again like now. After hearing this, Eugene got embarrassed, telling Edir to stop making him embarrassed, and make him feel sentimental, which Edir laughs about. Edir then clarifies that hoping for a second miracle is just wishful thinking, which Eugene agrees upon, especially in the span of 1 month. Edir then cuts him off saying, "But it's only 1 month, right? It might be too short to achieve something, but it's the perfect amount of time for Eugene to give his best shot." This seems to give Eugene some hope again. Edir continues saying, why not postpone his despair until after a month passed? Eugene tells him that he's right, thanking him, saying thanks to him. He knows what he must do now. Edir tells him not to mention it, thinking to himself that even without his advice, Eugene would have cried a bit, and then tried again. That's the kind of person he is. Eugene then visits Estine again. She repeats his question to make sure he's asking if there's a way for a one-string to become a mage, which she tells him that it's not impossible, making him happy. But that's purely theoretical. As an educator, it's hard to tell a student that it's possible. He then shouts that it's okay, no matter how difficult, he's begging her to teach him. After all, he has 1 month. Even if he's discouraged by the fact of having one string, he wants to try without regrets. We see that she wasn't expecting this. She then say that she's really failed as a teacher. Even the student hasn't given up, but she surrendered too soon. She then agrees, saying they should give it a try. Why not? If there's no precedent, they'll create one. This makes Eugene happy. She then say that she mentioned before that he needs 4 strings to use magic. But that doesn't mean he can't use magic with fewer strings. The way to use magic with 1 string is none other. Then he just has to use that single string as if it were 4. He'll have to figure out the method himself, though. After hearing this, Eugene can only confusedly agree. We then see him trying to work his magic, but it just explodes into failure, frightening him. He complains that it's just another failure. And why does it has to be so loud? The string bursts so quickly if he tries to rush it. It doesn't feel like it's going to work. Thinking that, does it even make sense to use 1 string like 4? It's not a play on words like trying to fit an elephant into a fridge. He then starts wondering, why does these weird thoughts keep coming up? He then tells himself to stop these weird thoughts and focus. It's hard, but he must succeed, since Estine said this is the only way. Someone then aggressively asks him what he's doing, which irritates him. We see that it's the 2 twins from before. One of them tells him to keep it down, asking if he can't be quiet. Why is someone with just 1 string making so much noise? The other one asks, why is he practicing magic when he only has 1 string, while laughing? Eugene then calls their name, Rob and Rock, telling them to just leave him alone. He then stands up asking Rob if he wants to get a beating like last time, which Rob bumps into him angrily asking what, calling Eugene a despicable little thing, asking what is he even saying. He then claims that if it were a proper duel, Eugene would have died that day. Eugene then say to him that if he's so bitter, why not have a proper fight? Which he replied saying he actually came here for that, calling Eugene an invalid freak. Eugene then backs off asking if he's for real. Having a real fight is a bit. Rob then say of course he's not suggesting a barbaric brawl. Instead, they should compete with honor befitting a member of the Falivia family, guardians of the Western Horizon, bravely facing the abyss at the front line. As he's saying this, we see Rock standing beside him like a sidekick. He continues saying how one may ask. By hunting demonic beasts, the minions of the abyss, Eugene shouts, asking if he's crazy. Demonic beasts hunting. What are you thinking? He continues saying they shouldn't even think about it. And he's going to tell the older brother. Rob asks him if he's getting cold feet, which Eugene tells him that it's not a matter of being scared. He knows he shouldn't do that either. Rob asks if it isn't something they'll all have to do eventually when they become adults. Why can't they now? Rock tells Rob to just leave the coward alone, referring to Eugene. They'll go without him. Eugene angrily tells them that they're all not adults yet. Isn't it obvious that demonic beast hunting isn't child's play? They shouldn't dare go. Rob then tells him that he's misunderstanding. It's not about playing. It's an actual request for help from another village. All while Rock stands there kissing his teeth. Eugene asks if that's true, and who requested it. Rob then calls out a dirty kid with scratches on him from the bushes, wearing dirty clothes, telling the child to explain, which catches Eugene off guard. The child then starts explaining that the adults got captured by the demonic beasts, and he, the child, didn't know what to do alone. Eugene then immediately kneels down to the child and shouts at Rock that if it was serious matter with victims involved, he should have said something. Rock confusedly replies saying he's saying it right now. Eugene then asks the child if he's okay, asking which village he's from, and telling him to ignore those morons and tell him, Eugene, everything. Think of them as brothers, so it's easier. Rock asks what's wrong with them, the twins. Eugene continues to ignore them, telling the child not to worry. He'll speak to the adults and call the soldiers. The child then clarifies that she's not a boy, which Eugene immediately apologizes for. Rob then calls his attention saying he doesn't care about anything else. But they can't tell the adults, otherwise there goes their bet, and everything. Eugene yells at him that he knows people have been taken, and he's still more concerned about a stupid demonic beast hunt. But before he could finish, Rob tells him that the child's from a slash-and-burn village, which makes Eugene pauses, asking what, confusing him as to what he just found out. As he whispers slash and burn in confusion, Rob asks if he can't tell by looking. If they report slash and burn village to the adults, he knows the outcome. The village will be destroyed, and the villagers will be either exiled or sentenced to forced labor. As Rob explains this, Eugene looks at the child, and the child glances with a confused look. Rob says that he's not sure if that's what the child wants. Of course he's indifferent to either option. He has nothing to lose after all. Though it'd be a pity not to go hunting demonic beasts, but catching a troublesome group of slash-and-burn villagers isn't a bad achievement either. As he's saying this, it becomes obvious what Eugene will do. We then see the village. A demonic beast roars furiously while charging. Eugene shouts out that it's a demonic beast, getting Rock's attention. We see that they're both prepared to face it, Rock making a creepy face as he licks his blade. Eugene then gets impatient and starts chasing the demonic beast, telling it if it's attacking, then come at him already. But the demonic beast runs in fear as he's chasing it about, telling it to stop running. We see eyes watching him from the trees and bushes as he gives further chase. The eyes become more apparent as he shouts that he wants to finish this quickly and go home. We see that it may be more than just some demonic beast minions. He then activates his one string saying that if it's going to keep running away, he has his ways. He then blasts his one string at the beast, disorienting it, taking the opportunity that it's wide open and unguarded, to strike it down. He then celebrates that he finally caught it using magic. Rob and Rock then appears. Rob asks what magic is he talking about, stating that it's just the usual noise pollution. Rock then chimes in saying all that fuss just to catch only one. This irritates Eugene. Rob asks how far did he go just to catch one? Took him long enough to get it. Rock say magic and all, making a big deal out of nothing. Eugene then starts cursing them out, saying they always talk big. At least he got one, and that's what matters. Asking how many did they caught to be talking that big, which they say he'll have to see when they get back to the village. They then return back to the village. Eugene has expression of shock and disbelief on his face. We see that they caught a whole pile of them. Rob then asks what does he think. Even with a quick glance, anyone can see that they won the bet. Eugene can only kiss his teeth in frustration and defeat, thinking that it's frustrating. But these guys are impressive. The number they caught is secondary. Unlike him who only relies on brute strength, they precisely targeted the weaknesses of all the demonic beasts. It's evidence of the skilled expertise of the Falivia. known for their pinpoint attacks that even penetrate the essence. Ron then smirks, saying he did better than he thought. Rock adds that he thought he wouldn't catch any, which makes Eugene fumes with rage, thinking that it's annoying but they are incredibly strong. The child then starts praising Eugene, saying catching one is already amazing. Even the adults couldn't handle the wolves like they all did, which Eugene embarrassingly thanks her. She then say they've all helped so much and she's not sure how to repay them. Rob then says, "Repay? What for, you slash and burn villager? Would you even have anything worth more than my socks?" Rock also tells her not to give him anything cause he'll just throw it away, which she apologizes to them. Eugene yells at them to be nice with their words. It's the thought that counts. Rob then say enough of that such talk is for her village elders, asking if she has any idea where the villagers might have been taken to. She tells him that when she woke up, everyone had just vanished, so she doesn't really know. Rob asks her to clarify, asking if they were taken by demonic beasts. She tells him that people don't just vanish like that, so everyone thinks it's the work of the demonic beasts. Rock then shouts that she's just a clueless child. This means she doesn't even know if it was the work of the beasts. Convenient that the only ones left are a senile old man and a squirt, clear as day. There's nothing certain here. Rob states that they have no choice. They should find out what they can before heading back. Well, this is where the video ends. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.